Here we are. Need to just anchor myself. We all need to anchor. So we just start by bringing our attention to the weight of the body against the cushion or the chair, whatever it is we're sat upon the mat. So it's not in our society, in our culture, it's not good to be seen as heavy, but on this occasion, that's fine. Heavy as in heavy of mind. Um, but on this occasion, that's fine. We can really just sink into the mat, cushion, the floor. Recognizing that through the floor of the building, this leads into the walls, and the walls lead down into the foundation. So wherever we are in the UK or maybe overseas, for all I know today, all got that connection with the earth. We're all grounded. And that connection will stay with us throughout this practice. It's like a resource we can go back to at any time. We're feeling a little overwhelmed or lost our way a bit. Just this basic connection with the earth, something that we all share. And then imaginatively running a line down from our spine all the way to the center of the earth. At one point at the center of the earth, we all connect. And then imaginatively line up that line from the center of the earth up to the base of our spine. And then just continuing to run our attention up the spine. There's no rush. Just straightening it if we feel able to this lunchtime. And we're really trying to adopt a sort of dignified posture. That doesn't mean the back has to be completely straight. It's whatever we can feel comfortable with, manage, or feels appropriate for us this lunchtime. And the head resting evenly on the shoulders. The eyes, well, as you wish, really. You can have them closed, open, half closed, whatever suits you. And the arms, either in the traditional meditation posture, so just beneath the navel, right hand within left, or you can just have them on your lap. The important thing is for it to be even and balanced and symmetrical. So we can further establish this connection with the earth through reflecting on the solid parts within our body, which in traditional Eastern cultures would be called part of the earth element. So the skeleton is the obvious one. It provides the framework and support for our body. The earth, the ground provides the framework for the body in a different way. A natural reaction to reflecting in this way is that sometimes the attention can seem to, the focus of our attention can seem to our brain from our media center. It starts to move down the body a little. So no worries if that's not happening for you, but just noticing if it is. Specifically, it can be very beneficial to meditate from the heart center. The area at the level of the heart, but right within the middle of the body. And the important thing, whether you're meditating from the heart center or higher up, focus, the concentration, whatever of meditation is. So just resting within this posture that we've established, recognizing that the earth will support you. Sometimes actually we don't need to do any more than that. It can really be helpful and beneficial. and we'll revert to this posture or something similar to it when we start the second meditation. But in the meantime, just taking a short break, establish that connection with the ground. We've established our posture. Just a minute, opening the eyes if you wish to open them, taking a stretch if you need to take a stretch. Okay, so bringing the attention back, wherever it's been in the last minute or so. Establishing the mindfulness at the heart center or wherever else you've chosen or are able to meditate from. And for those who were here last week, we meditated on the mind, really. So this time, this week, we're going to meditate. Be mindful of our feelings. So by feelings, I don't just mean emotional feelings. I mean, um, in this sense, things that seem pleasant to us, things that seem unpleasant, and those things that just we're not bothered one way or the other, just zone out with. So it's a reasonably strong mindfulness exercise. We start by bringing our attention to this movement of the mind, to things that we find pleasant. And noticing in this moment, whatever's arising within your experience, are you attracted, attached towards it? Is it something that you want more of? So it could be a physical sensation of openness and warmth, positive emotion, a memory or a speculation. So the object isn't what's important, it's how we respond to that experience. You can sometimes literally get a sense of the mind, of the mind moving towards it, of ourselves moving towards this thing. The thing that we're moving towards, this pleasure that we're noticing, can be very ephemeral. Literally here 1 minute, gone the next. It's like the spray on the leading edge of a wave, very momentary. And the invitation is to change directions by becoming aware of those things that we find unpleasant arising with our experience. So again, then we relate to the body because of it, cold or uncomfortable, painful even, difficult emotions, unhelpful negative memories and speculations. And again, the aim isn't to fix upon the object, it's just to be aware, be mindful of the response, the reaction we have when this object arises. And conversely to the first example, sometimes it seems that we're actually shrinking back, moving away from these objects that arise. We contract as they arise. Something seems to um, shrivel, diminish within us when we come into contact with these difficult things, unpleasant things. That might not be your direct experience, so those are just indications of what could happen. Just be aware of what's happening for you. And again, these unpleasant feelings can be highly ephemeral. So we can find ourselves in this situation where we're sort of bouncing between pleasant, unpleasant very, very quickly. One minute we want more of what we're experiencing, the next minute we want less of what we're experiencing. And for me anyway, and maybe for you as well, a lot of energy involved in that dance and movement between the attractive and the unattractive, pleasant and the unpleasant. Be very tiring. Don't worry if you lose concentration completely. That's quite challenging depending what's arising for you. When you're ready, just gently and without your mind back to those pleasant or unpleasant feelings within your experience. And then there's a third set of experiences which are neither pleasant nor unpleasant. They're just simply neutral. They don't elicit any response for more or for less within us. And again, it's really helpful to be aware of these if we can. Maybe actually the majority of our experience. And again, just notice what happened when these neutral experiences arise. Now, some of the time we just simply zone out. It's like an element of numbness. Not judging here, that's fine. We're just noticing. We're just noticing this dance, this um, continually changing process of being a something pleasant, averse to something unpleasant, and neutral, something that zoning out, numbness to, or however you experience that, to a neutral. You don't need to judge or be critical in any way to what our experience is. That's what it is, because we're paying attention to it in these aspects. And sometimes, as we sit within this process, we can get glimpses of an active, minded engagement, which is um, objectively neutral in the sense of it's not attracted or averse to our experiences. It doesn't zone out, but it's engaged. So you could say it's aware of pleasantness, but isn't clinging to it or craving for it. It's aware of the unpleasantness, but isn't averse or afraid of it. It doesn't zone out within that neutral experience. It just stays active, engaged, and open. So whatever concentration or focus you currently have, just resting within that for the remaining of this. And then gradually in your own mind, in your own time, recognizing that the practice has come to an end. Opening your eyes if they've been closed, taking a stretch if you need to take a stretch. So